What is the worst date you have been on? If you've been on a date, if you've never been on a date, then we'll settle for maybe the worst outing you've had. I don't know, the worst, yeah, just one of the worst outings that you've had. Man, this hair is really coming up over my ears now. It's getting intensely long. For me, the worst date I've been on, there are a couple things about me. I don't deal well with bad smells, okay? I don't need great smells. I don't need to be burning candles. I actually can't really burn candles because of my nose. So I can't really spray a lot of fragrances, but I do not like poor smelling things. It bothers me so much. And so there was this girl I went to high school with, long story boring. I hit on her really hard, talked about how beautiful she was and how I really want to spend time with her, but you know, we can't be tied down or nothing. I was just really interested in going out with you, whatever. It took her like a week to get back with me. Actually went on a date with one of my exes at the time. She heard about it, got jealous, you know what I mean, old school shit. Then she decided to go to the movies with me. And she did her makeup. She wore this crazy ass outfit, like showing all kind of skin and shit. It was lit. And we met up to go to the movies. And you know, when she saw me, she gave me a kiss on the cheek, wiped her lipstick off, and I realized her breath stunk. I realized she had that stanky breath, bro. She didn't brush her teeth. You know, she got dressed up and everything. So I was like, you know what? Like, we gonna go through with it. And I made out with this girl who had stank breath, and it was like a horror. It was a horror film. It was terrible. For me, I was like, man, I don't want to fuck this up. Like, you can brush teeth. Like, today doesn't have to be the only day of your life. Like, you can brush them tomorrow, and this could really look up for us. Like, this could be really positive for us. So I'm like kissing this girl who had stank breath, and it was bad. And that moment sits with me to this day, and I think it's injured my kissing lips for my fiance. That's why I don't like to kiss her on camera. I don't like kissing that much no more. It was bad. It ended well. It was a good night, but rough start. Rough start. All right, here we go. Play.
r/ask Reddit. What's the worst date you've ever been on? I went out for dinner and a movie with a guy.
What if this was me? She went out for dinner and a movie, like this is her version now.
I tried to chip in money at both, but he insisted that he cover it all. At the end of the night, we are sitting in his car in the parking lot of the restaurant we had just eaten at, and he asks for a BJ saying, I mean, I bought you dinner and took you to a movie. It's the least you can do.
I mean, if that is your phrasing you have to go with. You've never had your dick sucked. Normally, you shouldn't have to say a whole lot to be honest. I mean, I don't know how dudes know how to get a blowjob in the car after some shit, but you normally don't have to say a whole bunch. The worst that can happen, the most awkward it should get is asking the girl if she gives blowjobs. Does she give it off a weird vibe where she's real feely and touchy, you know, and real grindy, but not really sucky, you know what I mean? You just ask her, is that something you do or no? Like, should we pass on the blowjob right now and do some other shit? You know what I mean? That's really as bad as it should get. You gotta be like, oh, I mean, it's the least you could do, bitch. She probably never gonna, come on, bro.
Thankfully, I live nearby. I hopped out and walked home.
Yeah, come on.
No. I need to pay for our date, so you'll blow me later. I went on a Tinder date with a guy who is now in my contacts as do not answer penis pic.
Damn.
Prior to the date, he seemed normal. We texted and talked on the phone, then arranged to meet at a restaurant bar. He was cute but definitely bitter about something.
Okay.
He was from California and apparently didn't like this new city we were in. He started talking about X and blowjobs and complaining about how uptight everyone here is about X. He invited the waitress to a party his company was throwing. After sending back the French fries he ordered, I showed him a picture of my dog on my phone. He took out his phone and showed me a picture of his penis. We walked out of the restaurant together to get our cars from the valet.
I showed a picture of my dog, something normal, he pulled his dick out.
My cock came first and I left. He texted me later that he had my sweater. Apparently I dropped it on the way out, and if I wanted to see it again I'd have to hang out with him. R.I.P. sweater.
Yeah, damn.
This is a post I shared in a different
I love
thread.
it.
I went on a date with a girl from OkCupid. It was late-ish, about 9 PM, and she sent me a message out of the blue. We talked for a while, and she wanted to meet up with food. I hadn't had dinner yet, so I agreed.
Okay.
We were to meet up at a local diner. Her profile picture was reasonable. Not my typical type, but not awful.
Okay.
What showed up, however, was not great. She was about 5 feet 2 inches and somewhere between 190 to 210 pounds.
God damn.
Rotund is the best word. That would have been fine if she wasn't. Toadish. I'm trying to
I'm trying. It's fucked up because like it's not nice what he's saying, but I can tell he's trying to be nice. Like he's trying to describe her as accurately as possible without just being flat out ridiculous about it. Like she kind of looked like a frog, like not in the rude way, but like a little bit like a toad. And she was rotund. That's a good way to put it. Small, fat frog lady. That's what she looked like.
That would have even been okay, but it wasn't just her. She had brought a friend along.
Oh.
A 16-year-old.
Ew.
I was 22.
Ew.
She was 20.
Ew.
To compound that, her friend had brought her toddler along.
What is going on?
And her friend brought another friend.
What?
So here I am with 3 girls and a toddler that I don't know. All 3 of the girls had brought Monster Energy into the restaurant with them. We sat down at the table and it just went downhill from there.
I think they was trying to get a free meal, bruh.
The toddler ran out of juice in her sippy cup, so the mom filled it with Monster.
Get the fuck out of here. Is that baby's name Kyle? Tell the fucking truth. Did you go on a goddamn date with Kyle's mom and you didn't know it?
She then let the toddler play with a sugar container, one of the shaker style ones. Big cylinder with a
little thing.
She promptly poured sugar all over the table and started licking it up.
Of course she did.
Meanwhile, all the girls are laughing at the toddler and having a great time. They're talking amongst each other and not even attempting to include me in the conversation.
You was a free meal pass. That's what you were.
After about 5 minutes of them ignoring me, they started talking about guys from high school.
Ew!
Long story short, I ate half a chicken sandwich, excused myself, apologized to the hostess waitress for the mess and the awful people, left her $50 and got the hell out. She and her friends were trying to get a free dinner.
They're trying to get free dinner, bro. They're trying to get some free food, and you did it. And what a nice guy you are. I mean, if you got it, like whatever, I feel you. But like, fuck that shit, bro. It's time to roll out. You went on a date with a 16. Like she brought her friends to the date, and y'all went there together. That's weird. That was weird.
Went on a date with a guy who seemed really cool.
Hell no.
He used to race bikes until he landed on his head after attempting a jump. During the date, he told everyone we were on a date.
That's not bad.
Everyone.
That's not bad. Hey, that's a little upfront, but that's not bad yet.
Told me he wanted to kill his ex-roommates. Asked the waitress to make the date more romantic, so she brought out a giant ice cream sundae, meant for 2 people to share.
Cute.
He ate it all by himself.
You killing me.
And spilled ice cream all over himself.
You killing me.
Bragged about beating the world record for the jump on which he landed on his head. Kept asking me if I was a gold digger, because he makes tons of money and needs to protect himself.
That's weird.
Demanded separate bills. No big deal.
That's not big.
All 4 of his credit cards were declined.
That's kind of big.
Asked me if I didn't mind paying and he would get it next time. Not that there would be a next time ever. Told everyone that the date went splendidly.
Wow.
Gave me stickers to his welding company as a thank you for paying since his credit cards must have some kind of error. I think you accidentally went on a date with a homeless guy. Finally, a place to tell this story.
It's like there's no problem if you don't have money for a date. But know that before you order food or you will look foolish. It's not making fun of broke people. It's make fun of people who do things when they know they broke. That's a completely different feel there, don't you think?
I had a very disappointing date in high school. It was the dead of winter. Like minus 40 Celsius. We had gone to a movie, and the whole thing was really awkward. She didn't really seem to want to be there, was very detached. After the movie...
Maybe she just had to poop. Huh? You ever think about that? Maybe her bowels were wrong. Huh?
She admitted that the only reason she even agreed to the date with me is because my friend had turned her down a few days earlier. I wasn't aware of that at the time. That a pretty big letdown and waste of time.
Damn.
But I figured whatever, I'll head home and find something else to spend time on. I'll get over it eventually. I got off the bus and just wanted to get home as soon as possible.
Right.
At the bus stop there is a thigh-high railing around the front of the nearby parking lot. Instead of walking around it, I decided to step onto.
Normally.
And then over it. The second I stepped onto it, I realized it
you
was
live in a
coated
place
in
where there's ice? Bad move.
ice. I Charlie
Bad
Brown the duck
move.
out. Just flipped through the air. Lost everything in my pockets.
Damn.
Ripped my pants from arsehole to zipper. And then came down hard right onto the railing with my shin. Fracturing it. It's still -40 out.
Fam.
I can't just lay there till help comes. So I fish around in the snow, grab my stuff, try to stuff my balls back into my pants, and stagger home. TLDR, it's not me, it's you, limped home balls in the wind.
Wow, that's a tough one. Damn. Y'all, that's a cold world. It's a cold, cold world.
That TLDR is the saddest thing I've ever read. And I've read Cold Mountain. Edit, my first gold. Hi Mom.
Hi Mom.
Met her in an adult soccer league. Asked her to grab breakfast that weekend. She accepted.
Good job.
Picked her up. Took her to a hole-in-the-wall diner. Ordered a garden omelette. Throughout the meal she talked about all the shit she was into.
Not bad, bro.
Breath play. Being dominated.
Oh, that type of shit.
Being hit. But not too hard. Whips and cuffs.
Okay. Hey, look, man. People gotta get their fetishes out in the air if that's what they into. If she's saying, I don't want to be fucking unless you trying to fuck like this, then she gotta let you know, bro. That's, I mean...
As Kevin Hart would say, she was getting too kinky too fast.
I mean, if it's not for you. That's just you, bro. I know plenty of people that would whip this bitch, so...
Got the
not me. I don't want no, I ain't whipping nobody. But I got a nigga, he'll probably beat you up, whatever. I'll just sell one of my niggas out. Yeah, he'll whip you, go for it. You've never done it before, who cares? Get in there.
Realized my wallet was in my gym bag from the night before.
Oh, fuck.
I apologized. She paid for us both, and I took her back to her place.
Why?
She invited me in, and I couldn't refuse.
You could
as she
literally
had just bought me a meal.
Bro.
An hour later, after the dirtiest ex of my life up to that point, we were lying in bed when she gets a text and panics. Oh my god. You have to leave.
Shut the fuck up.
My boyfriend got off work
Shut
early and
the
if he
fuck
finds us,
up.
he'll kick me out. This if the first I'm hearing of a so. And I realize that I just ducked a chick on her boyfriend's bed after she bought me breakfast with money he gave me.
You are fucking kidding me. You hooker. You're a hooker.
So I throw on half my clothes, jump into my car, and knock over the mailbox in my rush to get the hell out of Dodge. When I get home, I see that my rear bumper has a nice new crack. TLDR. Took girl out for breakfast, forgot what, had to kinky ex. Found out she had a long-term boyfriend. Damaged my car in my getaway. And now she keeps texting me. Back in college, I was invited to an ice rink with a girl I liked and some of her friends. I did not know how to ice skate and I did not pick it up very quickly, but I wanted to try and impress her somehow.
Oh, it's
well,
a
I
bad
hugged the wall
move.
the whole time and made a fool of myself. The highlight was when I saw a flash of light as I fell in front of a group of people. Turns out I had fallen right at the moment someone took a picture. So my failure was immortalized
That's kind of good,
forever.
actually.
She took me back to my apartment and ended the relationship before it began.
Really?
On a lighter note, the woman who is now my wife was at that ice rink on that night. We didn't realize we were there the same time until a year or two into our relationship and she exclaimed, "You were that guy who couldn't ice skate." Yeah, she didn't seem that into.
Yeah. I mean, I don't live in a place with ice, so maybe that's a thing where there's ice. You have to be able to dominate the ice to get a woman. You know what I mean? Kind of like how cavemen used to club women. You have to be able to skate around to get women. Can't relate. I live in a desert. Well, holla at you guys in the next one. Please let me know what your best date is. Mine doesn't seem that bad. The only reason my date was that bad is because I'm really, you guys have no idea how deeply bothered I really am about smells. Like, that's huge for me. I knew I was okay. I knew I was safe. But it was literally a horror story for me. Like, it was bad. It's the worst thing. Gagging and queasy. But I survived. I persevered, and I got my dick sucked. So, you know, whatever. Everything ends the way it ends. I'll holla at you guys, though. Peace.